ask you for some advice now. As you were formerly the bodyweight dad, you still are, obviously. You still are a dad. I'm new to fatherhood. So my daughter she's going to be 5 in a couple of months. Um, it, is there are there lessons along your journey that you impart on your children?
Yeah, it's hard to have the, I guess, deeper talks. And I think, especially as they get older, you really have to make an effort to talk about those things like, you know, changes in life and, transitioning from elementary age to high school age. Like that's where my kids are going now. And it's funny, people say like, oh, it gets easier. It just never gets easier. It just changes. Right? So,
Mhm.
you're trying to protect them from falling when they're 4 and 5, and you're trying to just put like certain habits into their naturehood. And as they get older, it's like, okay, we got to start talking about life, and we have to,
Mm.
make time. Like it now requires me to sit down and really think about what I'm going to say. And that's a whole different energy. And,
Mm.
from my upbringing, I know that was, it's a bit old school to like not really talk about those things. It's just like
100%.
you'll figure it out, right? But I've learned that I've just wanted that deliver that more to my kids, and um, I think that's a message that is important to share. Is like make time to have those talks, make time to think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like I make mistakes, and you don't be afraid to apologize for the mistakes you've made, right? And that's
Mhm.
a big one for me, is just owning up to mistakes I've made, and letting them know that like it's important to own up to your mistakes, and it's important to you know just represent yourself in a way that's has good moral ethics.
Mm. I think for me, one of my biggest fears is I'm into exercise, I'm into fitness, my partner's into exercise, she's into fitness. Are we going to raise somebody that won't enjoy fitness?
Yeah.
Is there something that you do to kind of inspire your kids to train and exercise, or they just naturally love it?
Well, I have 3 kids, so I have 2 boys and a girl, and the boys are quite physically active, and I made a good effort to get my daughter physically active. It did get to a point where she was around 10 or 11. She wrote this big long email.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was more like along the lines like, I don't like basketball, and I don't like those things. And I want to explore acting, and I like drawing and arts and stuff. So, I mean, if anything, it was great that she was able to express that to me. I was like, wow, that's amazing that you feel like you're comfortable to share that with me. But by all means, don't feel like forced to do any of this. So in that scenario, it's like for me, it's just a matter of them knowing that like physical health is important. So ensuring that she understands, it's like you don't have to play sports, but there's things that you have to do, like I'm introducing her to the gym, and just like I think that it's not being forced, but it's being said, this is the same as taking your vitamins every day. This is like, trying to instill that, where with the boys, it's been easier. They just kind of, they're going and they're asking questions and they're excited about it. Um, in that scenario, it's become more educational, where I'm like, this is important and this is why it's important. And you have to at least kind of have that piece to it there. So I don't know. It's cool that she's finding her own thing, and that's most
Mm.
important, right? Expose them to as
Okay.
much as you can, and hopefully they find their own thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think for me, it's just making sure they understand the importance of health and taking care of yourself. It's like you don't need to be an athlete, but you need to go for a walk, and that's good for your
Mm.
mental health. And you need some physical exercise. It's good for your body. So yeah, it's a bit different, but it's fun.
Okay, okay. I like that. You've, I mean, I guess the fact that she's into the creative is
Yeah,
maybe that's a little bit of a consolation as well. Like, or it would be a consolation for my daughter if she wasn't into fitness and she wanted to go into the arts. So I'd be like, okay, I can handle that. I can handle
yeah.
that.